We didn't do a video to celebrate hitting 150,000 subscribers. I'm waiting out for the big 200,000 when I'm planning on doing some kind of Q&A for all the personal questions I never usually answer, but we are going to do an incredibly narcissistic video all about ourselves today. Whenever I mention that people from a certain country watch a lot or not a lot of our videos, we're flooded with comments saying what about X, Y or Z. More recently, a few people have outright asked me to do this video, so it seems to be a topic that people are interested in. So today, we're going to take a look at the 7 countries that watch the most HITC Sevens videos, along with that percentage, some honourable mentions, and maybe even a comparison of our stats with that of HITC Sport and the Irish guy. These stats are of all time since the channel started in the summer of 2017. Without further ado, here are the 7 countries where HITC Sevens is the most popular. Canada, 2.1%. Consuming the 7th most HITC Sevens content of any nation on Earth and accounting for just over 2% of our overall views, the first entrants in this 7 are Canada. The second largest country on Earth by area to Russia, Canada is way down in 38th in terms of the most populous nations on Earth, trading the likes of Iraq and the Ukraine. Our relatively large number of views in Canada could be considered unusual, since football or soccer isn't particularly popular in the country, but then again, it is a mostly English-speaking country and we have done a fair bit of Major League Soccer content in the past. The Netherlands, 2.4%. One of only 2 non-English speaking countries in this 7, the Dutch do tend to speak excellent English, so they shouldn't have too many problems understanding me, I hope. In complete contrast to Canada, the Netherlands is both very densely populated and deeply passionate about football. We have previously done 3 Eredivisie videos to thank our Dutch viewers for their support, and they account for almost 2.5% of our overall viewership. Australia, 3.2%. I must admit that I was amazed that Australia only accounted for 3.2% of our views, since Aussies must account for at least 10% of all our comments. I'm pretty sure more than 3.2% of our comments are about Tim Cahill alone. Anyhow, similarly to Canada, Australia is a largely English-speaking country of around 25 million people where association football isn't the most popular sport. I have to admit, I can't remember ever doing an A-League video, although we do often talk about Australian players of course. I'd love to make that up to our Aussie subscribers though, so if you're watching this and have a good Australia related video idea, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. The Republic of Ireland, 3.9%. Accounting for just under 4% of our total viewership is the great nation of the Republic of Ireland. That figure rises significantly if you look at just the last month, which would put Ireland up into 3rd. But then again, I just got back from Ireland, having spent a weekend at a 90th birthday party, so maybe that spike was just me watching my own videos. The Irish often follow English clubs, which no doubt accounts for a lot of those views, but I suspect the majority of them are people who click thinking this is HITC Sport and expecting the Irish guy, and my apologies to those of you who have had that misfortune, but I have done a couple of Irish videos in the past to say thanks for your support. Oh, and also, sorry about the whole Declan Rice thing. India, 4.6%. The nation which accounts for the 3rd most views of HITC Sevens videos, having watched a grand total of 150,000 hours of our videos and almost 5% of our all-time views, is the South Asian nation of India. Now, in fairness, there are over 1.3 billion Indians in the world, which is over 70% of the world's population, so if anything, you're slacking India. Joking aside, whilst English isn't most Indians' first language, and football isn't most Indians' favourite sport, there are a growing number of football-crazed Indians, particularly in Kolkata. Our Indian viewers often comment at wax lyrical about the goal-scoring exploits of national star Sunil Chhetri on the international stage, and their passion is infectious. So thank you to our Indian subscribers, I appreciate your support. The United States of America, 16%. As you can see, there's a pretty sizable jump up from India in 3rd to the United States in 2nd. The US has always been our 2nd biggest audience, and it has at times been an even greater percentage than it is right now. Americans have watched over 500,000 hours of HITC Sevens videos, or 300 million minutes, as would be another way to put it. The US is the third most populous nation on Earth, English is the first language, and Americans use YouTube more than any other country, which probably goes some way to explaining those numbers. In addition to that, I have done 5 or 6 MLS videos in the past, a video on the best soccer player from every US state which almost killed me to research, and videos on the best players and the best 11 from North America. So the United States represents almost a sixth of our views, for which I'm very grateful, and I'm always open to MLS or US based video ideas. The honourable mentions. If you add up all the percentages in this 7, you will come up with the number 65.2, which means over a third of all our views aren't accounted for by the 7 nations featured in this 7. Honourable mentions are a must here then, and of that other bracket that makes up 35% of our viewership, Germany, Malaysia and Sweden make up the rest of the top 10. After that, we have South Africa in 11th, Norway in 12th, which is nice and apparently 20% Norwegian, Singapore in 13th, Indonesia in 14th, and Denmark in 15th. After that, you have the likes of Jamaica, Kenya and New Zealand sprinkled among the European nations of Portugal, Romania and Belgium. Notable omissions include the likes of France, Brazil, Mexico and Italy, presumably mostly down to the language barrier. But come on lads, you can do better than that. As for how all this compares with HITC Sport and the Irish guy, HITC Sport, has the exact same top 7 as me, but in a slightly different order. Ireland is 3rd, rather than 4th, and India drops below both Ireland and Australia into 5th. Right, that's it for the honourable mentions. Here is your very obvious top spot. The United Kingdom, 33%. Almost exactly a third of our views, totaling 65 million minutes, come from the United Kingdom. That's no great surprise, since I'm based in the UK, we do more videos about the British game than any other league, and the UK is of course an English-speaking country with lots of YouTube activity and a passion for football. So the UK still forms the bedrock of our subscription base and views, but as with Ireland, maybe that's just me watching my own videos and skewing the figures. That's it for today's video, which was a bit of an odd one, but now seems like as good a time as ever to say thank you all for watching and subscribing wherever you're watching from, and if any of you are fans of the channel but don't yet subscribe, feel free to join the HITC Sevens family now. Thanks for watching and have a great day.